to share my screen. So this is the just basically graphical representation of online resources that we people are using. And in the world, you can see that day by day, the users of online resources are enlarging. Their numbers are becoming larger than earlier. And it's the need of time as well. We cannot neglect the importance of online resources, and each and every resource having its own pedagogical approach for teaching and learning as well. So if you want to basically, if you want to get the responses of your students and the others, so there is a different app, there is a different online resource just like Padlet. And if you want to demonstrate some graphical representation, then you can use Poplet as well. And if you want to engage your students for some brainstorming, for high level thinking or some other things, so it's better for you to just basically use quizzes.com and Quizlet as well. So just wait. Next is 2018 graphical representation I'm giving to you. So Facebook users at that time was 973,000 logins in 2018. But in 2019, you can see it's 1 million logging in 60 seconds. So you can see what is the difference. It's a huge difference. In 1 minute, there are 1 million people who are basically logging on Facebook. So it means their exact number in a day, in an hour, it's obviously more than according to that, according to their frequency and its length as well. So Instagram, simple text, you can see all the differences here, and each and every online resource having its own pedagogical approach. Dear participant, kindly mute your mic, please. So Netflix, Twitter, LinkedIn, Tinder, each and everything having its own pedagogical approach, and there is some special approach through which basically these applications were designed according to the requirement of users to overcome the problems of humans. So this one is 2020. So Facebook 1.3 million logging in 60 seconds. And now we are talking about technology. Technology will not replace all teachers, but teachers who use technology effectively will probably replace teachers who do not. So technology, it's a good, but it cannot be the substitute of your teachers. The real teachers having a lot of other things, historical information, basically knowledge base, experiment, information base, and other things. But technology is only the media through which we can basically enhance our student potential. We can teach, we can engage them through these technology methods. So I'm just giving you this framework: education 1.0, education 2.0, education 3.0, and education 4.0. So this picture is basically specifically I'm showing to you only to tell this thing that in the past, mean in 1960 era, the approach was teacher centered. There was a blackboard and there is a teacher and there were different students, and teacher centered classroom will be there, the formal teaching method. But as the technologies grows, the industrial revolution and other computer technology or IT revolution coming in the market and the world, according to that, they basically different PowerPoint slides, video, audio methods are basically spread in the market, and they are used to enhance the potential of the humans and users as well. Now you can see that teachers are using the method is still your teacher centered, but they are showing different graphs, pictures, numerical figures, and in this way student can learn. So learners as receptacles of knowledge. Education 3.0, so teacher as facilitator. Now teacher is giving you assignment and you are working, you are doing your work. It's a task based teaching, where you just give the thing and to student is ready to work on it. Student will explore, student will try to invent something. So in this way, obviously each and individual, every individual will try to work on that thing, and this one is the basically good. And according to this education 3.0, the basically resources will be provided to teachers, and the basically teacher as a facilitator, teacher make the short notes and the other things, help and guide through all the medias, and in this way students can learn. Now in this era in which we are working, education 4.0, so it this learners as connectors, creators and communications to each other, your social network, we are communicating to anyone in the world. This is the example through which platform we are working, we are engaging, we are sharing, we are collaborating with each other. One of the my friend is basically looking me and basically watching this lecture from Indonesia, other one from Nepal. So this is the example of this thing, education 4.0. So we can tell, we can share, we can basically each and everyone is free to do anything. It's a freedom of learning. You can use any resource to get or learn something. So you can see Facebook, Instagram, all the online sources are the example of this thing, which are basically enhances the potential of users. And obviously when someone use any method, then automatically the technology basically it's become familiar with them, and their you can say mind processing become good, and automatically the machine or the brain machine is ready to work as well. So there is two different things, ready to learn and learn to ready. So these are two different things, but remember this thing, if you engage, if you use your machine in a systematic way, then obviously it will give you the best outcome as well. So this is the concept change from teacher-centered instruction, from teacher-centered instruction. So from teacher-centered, it's become change and it become now student-centered instruction. Then single sense stimulation, mean you were only in the past watching and looking to your teacher and its whiteboard or blackboard. But now to multi-sensory stimulation is there. You are watching, you are listening, you are engaging, you are running, you are getting my hand free in your basically ear, and you are driving your car as well. So it means while running, while doing, each and every one is learning something. And multi-sensory stimulation is this thing we know very well, that each and every muscle having its own memory. So brain also having some muscles, our physical body also having muscles. So it depends on all of us that in which way we manage and control our thing, and we could basically adapt the method through which we can train our body as well. So this is the multi-sensory stimulation. This is the basically through project management approaches, through different pedagogical approaches, these online resources were designed. From single path progression, on the other hand, nowadays we have multi-path progression. We have different statistical and graphical and numerical figure pictures, statistical analysis, all the things we have through which we can judge that this is going upward or downward, the student progress is going better or not better. So multi-path progression is this thing that we can judge that in which way, in what kind of attributes are going and what kind of attributes are going to neglect by student as well, and what are the basically qualities are emerging in the student, and in which basically the student is not taking interest as well. From isolated work to collaborated work, from isolated work obviously it's the example of this, that if a person is introvert, then obviously he is in a single room and he's reading books, reading books, reading books, and he's doing nothing. Knowledge is there, he's getting but feeding, but he's not using. But on the other hand, in collaborative work, if we see this thing, the success ratio is good. You are helping to someone and the other person is also helping to you. So in this way you are collaborating and you become the basically, you also learn this thing that how to deal with society and how to deal with friends and how to work in that, how to do work in the team as well. From information delivery, okay, and nowadays to information exchange. Nowadays In the past, what happened that if an expert is giving some notes and you are reading, and if a book is there and you are just reading, and according to that you are following. But nowadays what happened that in different social networks we are exchanging our resources, we are sharing our resources. If someone opinion is worst and the other one is good, so they are all open to exchange your views, opinions and options as well. So it means it's a freedom of literacy as well. So it's the basically through social network is happening. So target of education. So green education, industry and technology, knowledge society, and now we are in the phase of innovation society. So green revolution, it means your basically agricultural revolution. Industry and technology revolution, it's the era of around Second World War. And knowledge society, it's the basically as the emergence of computer technology and information technology. And now we are in the era of innovation strategy society, which is also called the basically artificial intelligence phase. So the things are going change and they are introducing in this way that they are refining and make it more better. As I have told you example, simple mobile text message, and after 2 or 3 or 5 years the simple WhatsApp message was introduced by overcoming the problems and hindrances of simple text messages by adding some attributes, by innovating the simple text message or WhatsApp message, so it become the good one. And the whole world is basically using and giving thinking about the good response of WhatsApp as well. So this one is the Bloom's taxonomy as well. I am specifically discussing this Bloom's taxonomy. Reason in teaching and in learning method, Bloom's taxonomy having its own importance. So knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and then evaluation. But now it have been changed. Now the new one, Bloom's taxonomy, which has been revised, it's in front of you that remembering, not knowledge, it's remembering whatever you have in your brain, in your mind, what's your approach, what's your mindset, what you have in your basically in your knowledge domain, then the understanding, then applying, analyzing, and then evaluating, and after that creating. So this one is the revised Bloom's taxonomy, in which the things, it's the basically example of this thing. Nowadays you have a multiple uh, mobile application in your Google Play. You can see in your Google Play Store as well. If one basically photo editor is there, so there are a long list of photo editor is there, so you can choose anyone. But each and every app, Google app, photo editor having some significance differences as well. So creation is there. So due to this creation feature, nowadays our generation is becoming faster than us. Due to this reason, they are always exploring, they are trying to create something, and reason they have been trained in such a way that they can know very well that what the level is this and in which way there is a need to evaluate, and how we can develop and re-innovate any item as well. So understanding learning in the digital age. So these are three different basically you can say understandings: heutagogy, pedagogy as well, and cybergogy. So a concept developed in 2000 by Stewart has refers to the study of self-determined learning. This approach focuses on the role of online instructors as a coach, a mentor, a facilitator, and further encourages learners to become more self-directed. So in this strategy, this is the understanding through which anyone can enhance its knowledge, understanding, and its basically mind approach as well, mind processing as well. Pedagogy as well. Participants are able to use digital tools to co-construct knowledge and connect with each other. They are not merely teachers or learners, but are rather co-creating together in a social, active, and continuous process. So this is the basically social network approach through which we are communicating, we are openly saying, we are listening to anyone. We are getting different opinions. We are sharing our resources as well. So in this way, humans basically always learn something. While in the past, if we just look at the past, the introvert people always basically having no importance in the society as well. They cannot enhance their potential as well. But now what happened through these online digital resources, through project management framework, they can make ourselves the best one. They can remove their problems. They can enhance their potential, their mind processing, their approaches. They can refine themselves as well, and they can basically become the best and best. They can emerge their importance in the society as well. Cybergogy, the term itself indicates that it has something to do with cyber, or the internet. And indeed, it focuses on helping adults learn effectively in a virtual environment. It allows learners to engage in learning through three main domains, including cognitive, emotive, and social aspects. So in cybergogy, what's the feature is there? Through gamification, we learn how to control different objects. So in this way, our mind and body interaction become the good and best one. Through virtual simulations, we can train our students, we can train our pilots, we can train our fighters as well. So whatever, we just give the basically put the things in front of them, and they basically learn virtually. We create the environment, and automatically they can enhance their potential as well. So this one is digital age learning ecosystem. It's sense of community, multiple technology tools, differentiation and accessibility, supportive classroom environment, engaging instructional strategies, and assessment for something. So it's all in front of you. So pedagogy, andragogy, and cybergogy, again, I am describing here. This one I have already discussed this thing: education 1.0, education 2.0, education 3.0, and education 4.0. So you can see that what are the basically ways and approaches were used in these education frameworks. So in 4.0, we are innovative, producing education, learners as connectors, creators, and constructivists, learners as contact producer and sharer, teachers, web as curriculum, diversity of network, access to experts, learners as connection maker, open access to information. So all the heutagogy, pedagogy, and cybergogy is there, which we are looking. So this is the basically taxonomy. I have put it there through online resources, that what is creating, what is evaluating, analyzing, applying, understanding, and remembering. What are the tools come in this category through by following different pedagogical approaches through project management processes. You can see this thing: e-clicker, word seek HD, and stack the countries, not shelf, iBook. These are remembering. So it is the basically first phase of your Bloom's taxonomy. Second phase is understanding: screen champ, motion math, 1 2 3 charts, idea switch, calculus, block C, good reader, touch raw, and pages. So it's come understanding, in which way you can understand it, what the basically what the things are there. Applying, you will practically work on it. So practical approaches they're applying. You are basically theoretically you have something in your mind, but now you will apply your knowledge on these apps, and in this way you can get to know this thing, that it's fine or not, and you can enhance your potential, and in this way obviously your confidence become better as well. So show me, keynote, visualize. So these are different apps that I have in front of you. So this is again the Bloom's taxonomy. It's just basically apps were there, and according to that, what are the create, remember, understand Bloom's taxonomy according to that, and pedagogical approaches. It has been designed in such a way. So you can, if we go to discuss this, so it will take too much time. So now this one is your personal learning environment. So what happened? You are looking, your brain is one, and you are interacting now 4.0, your innovative and cybergogy is there. So you have technology, you have physical locations, you have networks, you have productivity nodes, blogs, you are collaborating with your friends, you are communicating with your friends and something. So all the things in your basically feed it in your brain. So it's partly personal learning environment, and you are basically using all the available resources and approaches to train your brain as well. I'm again using the word to train your brain. So this is the thing through which you can enhance your potential, and it all depend on your project management approaches, due to which reason no error is there, 100% accuracy, no or basically shortcoming is there. So you can see this one diagram as well, Benjamin S. Bloom taxonomy. We have discussed this thing, so I'm going. So learning theory is this one, so it will take a lot of time, but you can see there is a philosophy, design, cybernetics, linguistics, psychology, theology, infrastructure, organization, and it all the basically all the things of your project management approaches which had been embedded in this learning online resources in such a way that pedagogical approaches and project management approaches are directly related to each other, and due to this reason they are these digital application having 100% outcomes nowadays. Now 6 steps to start planning and creating your basically objects. It is, if you it is said that if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So how exactly do you plan a successful e-learning project from day one? By following the project management approaches. So 6 step I'm mentioning here. E-learning is a complex process. Online learners can in chat with an online instructor by text or video call, but mostly it's just them and computer. To ensure that learning objectives are achieved, an e-learning course requires extra attention, and during the planning phase of e-learning project, e-learning teams lay the foundation for success even before they start the design and development process. Here is a step-by-step guide to plan your next e-learning project. So I have mentioned these 6 steps. Find out who the e-learning course is for, mean what kind of student you have, mean according to that you will develop your online application, and according to that you will develop your online application. Design the learning objectives. So what should be the objective? You have to define, mean cognitive or other things. You have to think that what the basically what kind of objective you want to mention in it. Decide about the e-learning content to be included. What kind of e-learning content you should be included there? Mean nowadays information is widely spreaded in the whole world. Each and everything is available, but mostly useless data. There is again information is there, bulk of information is there in nowadays in the world. But remember this thing: if when you process the information, then you come to get the knowledge. So knowledge is the refinement of processes when you personally work on it, and according to that you basically get the maximum optimal solution of your problem and your basically knowledge, and refine your knowledge. So here I want to give you example. There are many poets in the world, but our Allama Iqbal having some personal attention, due to which reason their information become the knowledge, and due to which reason Allama Iqbal having a lot of respect in the basically poets list. So research best practices for teaching the subject matter. Research best practices for teaching the subject matter. So here you will decide that what kind of thing I have to give to assignment, to give the student for assignment, and in which way I have to deal, what the strategy should be adopted. So all the things you will discuss in this phase. Gather your e-learning team. So you will arrange your team. It's not a single person assignment or a project. When we talk about project management team or a e-learning project team, so it means there may be more than 50 and more than 500 people it can be. So it depends on the complexity of project, that what kind of it is. Define specific tasks of e-learning project. So again, the specific task you have to define. And thank you very much. After that, I hope it's going good. Thank you very much. If you want to ask anything, you may ask, please. Dear all, I am here. If you want to ask anything, you may ask, please. I'm audible to all of you.
Yes, Faisal Sab, yes.
How are you, Mr. Clean?
Alhamdulillah, fine. And you, sir?
I am fine. I'm happy that you are here.
My pleasure.
So your
It's a
basically
great
passion.
job.
Thank you very much. So your passion is telling that you want to enhance your potential. Always.
Inshallah.
That's good. Thank you very much, sir. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Sir.
Anyone, please, if you want to ask any question, you may ask, please.
Faisal sir.
Yes, Mr. Sujit Kuriki.
Yeah. So it was a nice presentation. That's a wonderful job. I have got one question. You have talked about the education in terms of 1, 2, 3, and 4.0.
Yeah.
So what sort of activities and things to be done to make the student to engage in education 4.0, which is some of the creator or innovator, right?
So we are already working and using all the online resources due to we are already in the phase of education 4.0. We are using social network sites. We are using interactive Flipgrid, quizzes.com, Mentimeter, and all the other digital things that we are using. It's the example of this thing. So education 4.0 is this, in which we basically teacher is a facilitator as well as technology is also a facilitator in this era as well. Technology is giving the content and each and everything to the whole world, and it depends on you that what kind of optimal solution you people get through these resources. So it all depends on the user. As I have told you that abundant information is available nowadays, but if we talk about 20 years earlier, so it's not possible such kind of information available in the whole world. But nowadays we have a abundant information, but there is a need of rationality. So rationality always come when you basically engage yourself through different multimedia resources, through different social network sites, by using different digital tools. You enhance your potential when you engage your brain with different things, and automatically personal learning framework will be there which enhance your potential. Nowadays you know very well that high level thinking and low order thinking, it's a huge difference will be there. So if you want to depth of knowledge, so there is a need of basically low order thinking of that thing, and obviously the complexity will be higher at this level.
Yes, sir, I got it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Question.
Thank you. Any question further? Anyone?
Sir, there is a question
Faisal bhai, you are great. You are
from Saima Ayub, sir.
Yes.
How can a teacher get authentic information through net?
I have told you this thing. Now it depends on the rationality of your mind, of your training, of your basically working. Reason abundant resources are available. So to get the optimal resources, it depends on your practice. Okay. Nowadays, very good. The rationality of application is also there. Nowadays, you have rating system of different apps available in the world. For example, if you want to purchase anything, so you can check its rating as well, that what are the feedback of other individuals as well. Okay, so rating system is there. You can check that this app or this resource will be good or not good. So in this way we can judge as well, but again it all depends on the rationality, on the practice as well. Any question, anyone?
Faisal bhai, your information is very informative. I am Murtaza from Karachi.
Thank you very much, Mirza bhai. How are you?
I'm fine. I am listening to your
That's
whole
good.
session.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
The very great information, great informative session.
Thank you.
Welcome, welcome.
Dear all, if you want to ask any question, Maya Rana, you are here from Nepal.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I am very fine, sir.
So, how's the session?
Thank you so much. Very excellent presentation, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Maya.